us back to the beginning, let's talk about the dedication. Who are Ami and Jules and Gringo's #1 and 2?
They're the same people. Ami is my father, whose name was Amram, but he was known to all his friends as Ami. And Jules was my best friend's dad, who was known as Julie. So it was Amy and Julie. They were called by the Puerto Ricans on the softball team. So Amy and Julie were the only Caucasians on the team, and they were Gringo #1 and Gringo #2. So it's the same. Amy and Julie are Gringo #1 and Gringo #2, and that's my dad and my best friend's dad. And we still argue over who was Gringo #1 and who was Gringo #2. But it's also dedicated to my best friend as a kid, young Matty Warshaw, because we used to pal around on weekends. My father and Matty's father played on this team, and they would play for like $5 a man, which was significant in 70, 71 for my dad and for these people. And they were seriously competitive games, and we'd play all over Manhattan, sometimes even into Brooklyn. And it's just a great memories of my childhood is traveling around on weekends with my dad. And he was a great pitcher. He couldn't hit at all. He was like Bucky Dent. He couldn't hit, but he could pitch. He was a great pitcher.
And who is Meg, who taught me more about writing than she knows?
That's my mother, my mother Margaret Miller Duchovny, and she became, after my parents divorced in 71, she went back to work. She went to work and became a teacher at Grace Church School, a beloved first and second grade teacher, and then head of the lower school eventually. Created an amazing career for herself, out of nothing, really, out of desperation, really, to support. She had 3 kids at that point. And those are the only 3 kids she ever had. Not at that point.
You don't know of any others?
No, I think I know. At this point, I think I know. So my mother is Scottish, and my father is a Jew from Coney Island, and it's just a very interesting mix of two different takes on the English language and on the human condition that I got growing up, for which I'm extremely grateful in retrospect. I feel like I got 2 very, very different views of what it's like to be on this planet and how to describe it.